Can Do Diva Daily Dose. I'm Gianna.
And I'm Chasta.
And Diva Daily Dose is basically a chance for us to give you some tips and ideas on how you can live a more can-do life.
That's right. And it's a little bit on a sad note today because of everything that's going on in the world. The world is definitely facing a lot of troubles with the tornadoes that have been going on in the Midwest. Our hearts and thoughts and prayers are with you guys. My home state has been hit. I have a cousin that his whole place was wiped out. So it's a lot to take in, and the earthquakes like in Japan and the volcanic ash, and there's a lot of disasters going on right now. So we thought it might be a good time to talk about disaster preparedness kits, which everyone needs because you never know what could happen.
You know, it's funny. I actually put together a disaster preparedness kit for Y2K.
You did?
I did.
Oh
I really actually took the time and had a bin. I mean, my roommates laughed at me.
Yeah.
But you know what? Had it happened, they would have been very happy that I had.
No, that's absolutely right.
We had food, we had water. The only thing I did wrong was I had a tank of gas in the back of my car, which apparently you're not supposed to drive around with.
No.
Who knew? However, I thought I'd be prepared in case gas stations weren't around.
I see your point, but yeah.
So anyway, it's a good thing I don't drink.
That's right.
We're going to give you a list of things that you need to put in your disaster preparedness kit, talking first about the most practical things.
Yeah.
Obviously, water.
Water. You can't live without water very long at all.
And so they say at least 1 gallon of water per person per day, and also make sure you have water for that's sanitized.
Right.
Food, 3-day supply of non-perishable food.
That's not hard to do. Go to Costco, buy a whole bunch of canned foods of whatever kind, beans and green beans. And I mean, you know, we're not cooking fancy meals when you're in disaster mode. You just need sustenance. You need something to eat.
And make sure you have a way to open it.
Yeah, can opener.
Battery-powered or hand crank radio, weather radio with tone alert and extra batteries for both. Now, this is actually really good. We have one of these at home, and we've actually used it.
Not too long ago.
Not too long ago. The last earthquake we had, we used our battery-powered radio and flashlight because our electricity went out.
Yeah, which is key. I mean, that's a big one. We actually have one, too. Those are good to have.
Those are very good. Flashlight and extra batteries.
Yeah.
First aid kit. Whistle to signal for help. Dust mask. No one thinks about that.
I wouldn't have thought about that
Me neither, but especially if you know, like for example, when the tsunami happened, there was so much, debris and unfortunately dead people and, just diseases.
Take it one step further. Maybe it's not a natural disaster. Maybe you're in a city like New York. Think about when there was a terrorist attack, all that dust that was in the air. So, I mean, we're not just talking about an earthquake or a tornado. There's lots of things that can happen.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Moist towelettes, garbage bags, plastic ties for personal sanitation. Yeah. Wrench or pliers to turn off utilities, can opener.
Another good one.
Yeah, I never think about that. Can opener for food, local maps, cell phone with chargers, an inverter or solar charger. I guess if you have anything solar is key, especially if you live in a place like California where the sun shines fairly often. You are probably good to go.
You're probably good to go. So those are kind of the more... Basics.
Like you're going to make it if you got that.
Exactly. So if you want to get high tech, there are a lot of new great things that you can add to your kit that are wonderful. And a lot of these, like you were saying, are solar powered, which is key because batteries only last so long and you only have so many backups and you don't know how long you're going to need it. So we'll start out with a hand crank solar powered radio. We're talking about the radio, hand crank or solar powered. You just stick it out in the sun for a while and you're back up and running. That is huge.
And it lasts a while.
Yeah.
I was shocked at how long the flashlight and radio actually lasted.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big deal. Wind up lights, similar kind of concept there. A solar powered oven.
Wow.
Now, I don't even cook when there's not a disaster. So when there's a disaster, I'm not thinking about cooking. I'll dig my green beans out of my can.
Yeah.
But if you need an oven, if you're Mrs., Chef Boyardee Gianna, then you can cook while there's a disaster.
Although, what's not bad about that is if you're a mom and you have a baby, and you have to, take formula and sanitize bottles.
Right.
Can't you put them in like a heat, maybe not an oven per se, but if it's glass?
Boil
I don't know.
water.
I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Boiling water, sanitize. I don't know.
That's where we were going with that.
Using my noggin, survival mode.
I know, that's right. A water microfilter. Now, this is really amazing. They're starting to use these in third world countries where they don't have drinkable water. And they're taking water out of the river and they're using one of these filters to stick it in and it takes all the yucky pollutants and all that nastiness out of the water and it's drinkable.
Why haven't they done this before?
Yeah, they're just starting to do this. Pamela Anderson, of all people, has a charity that uses these. She's all about...
Great.
I know. Isn't that amazing? So you can put that in your kit. We'll have all of these listed on Amazon. You can get most of them. They range in price. A gadget charger. Again, you can shake it like a shake weight, and it charges itself.
Like a cell phone charger?
Yeah.
That's great.
That would be key. Let's see. Twitter. Okay, so these are, one more. Solar powered generator. Now, this is a big ticket item. It's $750, but with a generator, you can get a lot going on there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a big ticket, and you never know. I mean, your lights could go out, and you could use a generator.
That's true.
I mean, maybe something to save that for. Okay, now these last couple are for if your cell phone is working, you do still have cell phone service. It's pretty amazing, but Twitter and Facebook. You can log on to Twitter and see your news station.
Yeah.
Find your news station, and you can get updates. If you may be disconnected other than that, you may not be able to make a phone call, but you still have internet service or Twitter app.
And honestly, when it's on Twitter or Facebook, it's condensed. So you are going to know exactly what's happening within 140 characters of what you really need to know.
And it's live.
Yeah. It's happening and people retweeting. You can find people that way. No, Twitter's changed our lives.
Twitter has found its purpose. Facebook, same idea. They also have apps like a first aid app.
That's great.
Which has great information. They also make a radio scanner app, which my dad used to be a sheriff deputy, and he had a radio scanner in the house, and we used to listen to that when the tornadoes would start. So they have them on your phone now.
Wow, that's cool.
So a lot of people would see that as entertainment too. You can find out your gossip in your neighborhood, but that's a good one for disaster. A couple others, disaster plan app. You can map out your disaster plan for your family, where they're to go, what they're to do. A weather app. I have weather.com on my phone.
That's an important one too.
Know what's coming. And a survival guide app. It can tell you if you're camping, what you need to do. If you're stuck out in a forest, what can you eat? Things like that. Those are really, really cool apps to have.
So we'll list all of this on our website so you have an idea. It is. But, it's really good to have this information, especially for us. We live in California. Earthquakes happen here. Unfortunately, the tragedy that's happened in the Midwest right now, even with the flooding that's been happening, these are things that every house should have. Even if you live in the safest state in the planet, every house should be prepared with this. So, candodivas.com. Email us, candodivas@gmail.com.
That's right. Maybe we forgot something. Let us know. So thanks for watching, guys. Be safe.